Yeah. So this is very, very important verse in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So till now, what we have been discussing was Mangalacharan. Okay, in that we discussed about Vastu Nirdesh. What is the object of the book that we discussed as Akhil Rasamrita Murti. Then second was Namaskar, offering obeisances. So offering obeisances to Guru, that is Sanatana Goswami, to Vaishnavas and Chaitanya Deva, Lord. And then third part of it, Ashirvad. Correct. So giving benedictions and praying for the fulfillment of the one's own desires. So what are the desire? That let the argumentators like Mimamsakas, the Gyanis and Karmis, their arguments be baffled and all the devotees be pleased with this work like that. Okay. So till now we have discussed from shloka number 1 to 10 of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Okay, 1.1.1 to 10. Okay, which Prabhupada has included in his introduction and preface. Now, the most important definition of the book, that is definition of Uttama Bhakti itself, is going to come. So, what is the definition that is given by Srila Rupa Goswami in this very, very important shloka, which he has himself created? So, from here, actually, this verse is also called the Adhikar Sutra. Adhikar Sutra means from here, the realm of Uttama Bhakti will start. Means from here, after this, whatever the sloka is going to come, whatever is going to come, that will be all under Uttama Bhakti till the end of book. Okay, till the end of the book, everything that will be defined and discussed is about Uttama Bhakti. And also, this is called as Sanya Sutra. Sanya Sutra means uh, definition, defining, knowing. Sanya means to jnana, to know, define something or to know something. So, what is being defined here? Uttama Bhakti is being defined in this shloka. Or knowledge is given about bhakti. So when we want to define the highest characteristics of anything, we take the purest object, correct? Like suppose we want to define gold. So when we want to define gold, so which gold we will define? 24 karat gold, correct? We will not define it with mixed with silver or mixed with copper, correct? It's not mixed, unalloyed, correct? We have heard that word, unalloyed. No other alloy is there. Pure gold is to be defined. Whenever we want to define gold, we will not define it mixed with any other object, any other element. We will define it in the purest state. Okay, that is in the 24 karat gold. Ah. So similarly, when we want to define Uttama Bhakti, sorry, we want to define Bhakti. So Rupa Goswami will define the highest or purest state of that Bhakti. Okay. So when anybody tells you to bring water, so it's very, very obvious that we have to bring pure water, correct? Drinkable water. So when the person is asking water, it's very, very sure that he's not asking mixed with sand or mixed with mud or some juice. Correct. He's not asking that. He's asking pure water. Similarly, when we want to tell anything about bhakti, we have to tell about the purest state of that bhakti. And that is called as Uttama Bhakti in this book. And it has many other names also, like we say it as Kevala Bhakti or Shuddha Bhakti. Correct. Like this, many names are there. for Uttama Bhakti. So defining this is very, very important because this is what further definitions will also include. Like later we will have the definition of sadhan bhakti. So what is the meaning of sadhan bhakti? Sadhana Uttama Bhakti. Sadhan bhakti means purest form. Uttama bhakti. Okay, by this its purest form, like that. Okay. And then we have bhava bhakti. That means bhava uttama bhakti. So this adjective is going to be there everywhere. Okay. So let's I try to understand what is the definition given by Rupa Goswami, and then we will see the different aspects of it. Okay. So we'll recite together. Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karmadi anavritam anukulyena krishnanu shilanam bhaktiruttama. Yes. Okay. Mukund Padbru, would you like to read the translation?
Yes, Roji. The highest bhakti, Bhakti Ruttam, is defined as continuous service or emotions Anushilanam directed towards Krishna. His expansion forms or others related to him, Krishna, with pleasing attitude towards Krishna, Anukullena. It should be devoid of desires other than the desire to please the Lord, Anyabhilashita Shunyam, and unobstructed by impersonal jnana, the materialistic ritual of karma or other unfavorable acts, jnana karmadi anavrutam.
Yes.
Bhakti.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you. So let us understand all the terms which is explained in this verse. What are the terms which is given in this verse? So first is we are defining Uttama Bhakti. So what is that? Uttama means highest, purest. That are the probable translations. Highest or purest Bhakti. Okay, highest Bhakti. He is defined as what? Anushilanam. What is the meaning of Anushilanam? Continuous. Anu means continuous. Service. Shilanam, activity. Yesterday we discussed about this word activity. So it is continuous service or emotions. Activity can be either related to mind or it can be related to the words or body. That will be discussed later. We'll come to that. But continuous is Anu, Shilanam is service or emotions. To whom? Towards whom? Directed towards Krishna. Krishna. And in the commentary, Jiva Goswami will also say it also includes his expansions like Vishnu Tattvas or other related to him, that devotees. So it's not only service or emotions towards Krishna only, but his expansion as well as those related to him. That means those devotees related to him. Okay. Okay. Now he adds few things in that. What kind of activity or service it is? With a pleasing attitude. With a attitude to please towards Krishna. Pleasing attitude towards Krishna. And then it should be devoid of desires other than the desire to please the Lord. Anya Shunyam. Three words are there. Anya means other. Abhilasha means desires. Abhilashita means desireness. Okay, like earlier we have discussed, Jadata means inertness. Correct. A state of something. Correct. Okay. Like that we have Abhilashita. Okay, we'll see the terminology later, but it is a state of doing desires. And one should is free of that state. He should be free of that state, Shunyam. And another thing is unobstructed by impersonal gyan, the materialistic rituals or karma or other unfavorable acts. Unfavorable to what? Unfavorable to Uttama Bhakti. Gyan karmadi anavritam. Gyan karmadi shunyam is not there. It's not zero, gyan and karma. Okay. There can be gyan and there can be activity. There can be knowledge, there can be activity, but pertaining to Shuddha Bhakti, Uttama Bhakti. Okay. Not the impersonal gyan and the materialistic karma. So it is not zero. It has some activity, it has some knowledge. Bhakti has some of that. So we'll discuss in detail. But now, in this whole definition, okay, there are four things. First is here, first is Anya Abhilashita Shunyam is first term. Second term, Jnana Karma Adi Anavritam, the second term. Third is Anukulyana. Fourth is Krishna Anushilanam. These are the four parts of this verse. And then they all are used to define Uttama Bhakti. Okay. This is to be defined. Okay. Uttama Bhakti, Rupa Goswami defining here in this verse by using these four terminologies. Okay. So one by one, we will see each terminology. Okay. And we will understand that this third and fourth are primary. Very, very important. And first and second are secondary. Okay. Third and fourth are very primary. And first and second are secondary. Okay. Let's understand this verse. Okay. Any questions till now? What we discussed? Okay. So one more thing I will tell here.
Hare Krishna.
Ah, yes, bro.
Uh, Prabhuji, I have heard this like Anushilanam is following in on the footsteps of Acharyas. Is it something like that? Also, like another meaning?
Ah, yeah, yeah. That meaning also there. Anu means to follow. That will come. That will come later. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Three meanings are there, Anushila. Okay.
Right.
So one of them is continuous. Continuous is one meaning.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. So here one more thing I'll specify and then we'll go ahead. The one and two are like the adjectives. Okay. And three and four are the basic characteristics of Uttama Bhakti. Okay. That is three and four. One and two are adjectives. I'll give one example. Just like we have a blue lotus. So what is adjective here?
blue.
Yeah, blue is the adjective. That is like one and two are blue. Lotus. First of all, lotus has to be there, right? Okay, lotus has some characteristics. Like it has some soft petals, certain shape of the petals. It is born from the mud. All that things are there, three and four. But one and two itself to exist, three and four has to be there. Basic things have to be there. Okay. Like we say a good student. Before we say good, student has to exist. Correct. So student, suppose we define as the person who goes to school. And good is that student who scores above 90% marks. So is a good student is possible without having a student? No, right? We cannot have 90% more marks if the student is not going to school only. Similarly, a blue thing is not possible. Blue lotus is not possible until unless we have a lotus itself. So what I'm trying to say, Anukulyena Krishnanushilanam is the basic thing in Bhakti. Favorable attitude and continuous service or following the footsteps of acharyas or without any hostility. Three meanings. We'll see that. But without having favorableness and activity, bhakti itself is not possible. Uttama bhakti is not possible. Where is the question of having the anyabhilashita shunyam without divide or desire and gyan karma denamritam adjectives? The adjectives are not possible to be existing without favorableness and a continuous service. Is it clear? This point? Okay, so that whole thing we are going to see in detail. Okay, what is Srila Prabhupada is saying in this about this verse in the NOD? We'll read. Okay, yes, Mukund Padru, please. Yes.
First class, first class devotional service, Bhakti Uttam, is known by one's tendency to be fully engaged in Krishna consciousness. serving the Lord favorably, anukulyena Krishna anushilanam. Pure devotional service should be free from the desire for many material benefit or for sense gratification. Anya bilashita shunya. Pure devotional service must be free from such putative activities and philosophical speculations, jnana karmadi anavruta. One has to learn Krishna consciousness or pure devotional service from the authorities by spontaneous loving service, anushilana.
Yeah. So now Prabhupada is explaining each phrase one by one. So he is explaining first Anukulyena Krishna Anushilanam. This 3 and 4. He is explaining now. First class. What is the translation of Uttama devotional service? That is translation of Bhakti. So Uttama Bhakti, he is saying, is known by one's tendency to be fully engaged, okay, in Krishna consciousness, s- serving the Lord favorably. So favorably word where it is Anukulyena, fully engaged in serving. Where is that word? Anushilanam, in Krishna consciousness, Krishna Anushilanam. Okay, that's how Prabhupada is explaining. Next word he is explaining Anya Abhilashita Shunyam. That is first one. What is the meaning of that? Prabhupada said pure devotional service should be free from Shunya. Shunya means zero. Free of what? Desire for any material benefit for sense gratification. Okay. So earlier we discussed this Anyabhilashita actually is having two things. One is the tendency to enjoy bhoga and the tendency to renounce. Okay. Tyaga. Okay. Basically both are devoid. Both are to be avoided. That means the activity of karma and activity of jnana. Okay. Both are to be avoided. Anya abhilashita shunyam. Okay. Desire to enjoy and desire to merge in the Brahman. Both are to be avoided. And then he is taking the term Gyan Karmadi Anavritam, the second term, and explaining that. So what is that? He is saying it must always be free from such fruitive activities, karma and jnana. And then he is finally defining the word Anushilanam. Sorry, fourth term. Uh, Anushilanam. One has to learn Krishna consciousness or pure devotional. So this is another meaning of Anu he is giving. From the authorities, following the authorities. Like we say Anuga. Anugam is to follow after. Similarly, Rupanugam is following after Rup Goswami. Anushilanam is following the okay. So this is what Prabhupada explained in the NOD. And then now we will continue the understanding of this verse. So as we discussed, when we want to define anything, like we want to define gold, we define the purest state of gold. So why define only Uttama Bhakti? Why not Bhakti? Yes, please read, Prabhuji.
Main subject matter is rasa. Only by pure devotional service can one establish a relationship with Krishna in one of the five principal rasas. If the devotional service is mixed, no samipya, at the most shantirati, at the most shantarati. Also, the six benefits of Uttama Bhakti would be only manifest partially. Yayashati, Yayashati Bhakti Bhagavati Akinchan.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. So the main subject matter of this book, Bhakti Rasa Amrita, correct, is Rasa. So in order to experience the Rasa, one has to establish relationship with Krishna. That is possible only by Uttama Bhakti. So that's why Uttama Bhakti is to be defined to achieve the purpose of the book. Okay, purpose of the book is to define Rasa. That Rasa is possible only by experiencing Uttama Bhakti or practicing Uttama Bhakti. If it is mixed, then we can get at the most Shantarati, but no Rasa. Okay. And the six benefits which will come. Okay. What are six benefits? That devotional service is Sudurlabha, very, very rare, Moksha Lagotakrit, very, very insignificant. Liberation is insignificant. Okay. Then it is Shad Guna Pradatvam, giver of good qualities, Klesh Agni, destroyer of suffering. Correct. All these six benefits will come. That will not fully manifest if it is mixed. Okay. And if it is Uttama Bhakti, unalloyed Uttama Bhakti, it will manifest all six. Okay. That's why we are defining Uttama Bhakti. That's why Rupa Goswami defining Uttama Bhakti. Okay. Yes, Prabhuji.
Primary characteristics, mukhya lakshan. Removing these characteristics, there is no bhakti. Secondary characteristics, gauna lakshan. Removing these characteristics, the bhakti ceases to be part of superior nature. Identify the gauna and mukhya lakshanas in the definition in this definition of good student. Rishikesh goes to school and scores very good marks. Hence, he is a good student.
Yeah. So basically, we are discussing about what are the primary characteristics and secondary characteristics. So these 3 and 4 are the primary characteristics, and secondary were 1 and 2 that we have discussed. So what is the meaning of this mukhya lakshana? Removing these characteristics, there is no bhakti. Means if this 3 and 4, that is anukulyana, favorableness is not there, and service is not there, then it is not bhakti at all. Okay, it will be not bhakti. And if the secondary characteristics are removed, then adjectives are gone. It will not be of superior nature. Okay, it will not be of superior nature. It will not be uttama bhakti. It can be mixed bhakti. Bhakti can be two types, uttama bhakti or mixed. Okay, in mixed, this 1 and 2 both are absent. That means anya bhilashita shunyam gyan karma dhyana is absent. Means there is gyan and karma. It is also bhakti, but gyan and karma is mixed. And uttama bhakti, 1 and 2 both are there. Means gyan karmadi anavritam and anyabhilashita shunyam. Both are also present. That means there is no anyabhilasha, there is no other ulterior motives, and there is no gyan and karma. So that's why it is uttama bhakti. And these are two both bhakti. Okay. So this person does 1, 2, and 3 and 4 is surely there. And this person has 3 and 4. But 1 and 2 is missing in mixed bhakti. Okay. That is Gyan Karma Dhyanavartam missing. But he has some favorableness towards the Lord. And he has continuous service. But it is mixed with Gyan and Karma. Like that. So example is given now. Like Rishikesh goes to school and scores very good marks. Hence he is a good student. So good is the adjective. And student is the basic thing. Correct. So he goes to school, then he is a student. He scores very good marks, then he is good. Okay. So first he has to go to school. That is most important. Without going to school, he cannot score good marks. So these are like the primary characteristics. And scoring good marks, that is secondary characteristics. Okay. Any question on this? Anybody has any difficulties in understanding this? This is very important. Okay. So these 4 things we have already termed. Okay. So first one is Anyabhilashita Shunyam. Second term is Gyan Karma Dhyanamritam. Third is Anukulyena. Fourth is Krishna Anushilanam. So one by one we will understand now which are the primary and which are the secondary. Yes. First we will understand what is the Anushilanam term. Okay. Somebody else can read. Prasanna Gopal Bro, would you like to read?
The Anushilanam. First, Cheshta Rupa Anushilanam indicates continuous action using mind, body, and words without any spiritual emotions, bhava. Generally refers to devotional service at the sadhana bhakti stage. Second, Bhava Rupa Anushilanam indicates continuous actions using mind, body, and words with spiritual emotions. Generally refers to devotional service in bhava and prem bhakti stages.
Yes. Thank you, Praj. Yeah. So here we have Anushilanam. It has 2 parts. One is Cheshta Roop, other one is Bhava Roop. What is the main difference? One is with spiritual emotions, other one is without spiritual emotions. That is the main difference. In both of them, what is same? There is continuous action of body, mind, and words. This is same. Body, mind, and words are active in both. But in one, there is no spiritual emotions yet. They will arise in some time as the processes of sadhan bhakti. But in this, the spiritual emotions are already there. That's why the stage is bhava rupa nishulinam. Already at the stage of bhava and prema. Okay. Yes, Prabhu.
This devotional service is a sort of
Yeah,
cultivation.
read the title.
Okay, Srila Prabhupada on Anushilanam. This devotional
Please.
service is sort of cultivation. It is not simply inaction for people who like to be inactive or devote their time to silent meditation. There are many different methods for people who want this, but cultivation of Krishna consciousness is different. The particular word used by Srila Rupa Goswami in this connection is anushilana, or cultivation by following the predecessor teachers acharyas. As soon as we say cultivation, we must refer to activity. Without activity, consciousness alone cannot help us.
Yeah, so that's why Prabhupada defined devotional service. There is to be some activity. That's why I told Prabhupada defined as pure devotional service. Uttama bhakti is like that. Anushilanam is some activity has to be there. And it is not in action. There has to be action. There has to be cultivation. Okay, cultivation means what? Like growing a plant, watering it every day, caring it from other stray animals, or protecting it from sunlight. So all that is all included into cultivation. So like that, we have to cultivate the Bhakti Lata Beej also, watering every day. Okay, and protecting it from aparadh, fencing it so that other animals will not eat, protecting. All these things are cultivation. So that is the word used. It's not automatic that once we have come into bhakti and everything will automatically happen. And anyhow, Prabhupada has told that all of us will go back to Godhead after this life, and automatically we will go. Correct. So it's all automatic autopilot going on. It's not like that. Prabhupada has said here, it's not simply inaction or it's not anything but cultivation. Okay, it has to be cultivated. Okay. So, and then how is the cultivation done? By following Anu, Shilanam, following the predecessor acharyas. What path they have given, like Rupa Goswami we are studying, Prabhupada we are studying. So by what path they have given, Jiva Goswami's commentary we are studying. They what path they have given, we will follow that. Hmm. Okay. Yes, please
All
continue.
activities may be divided into two classes. One class may be for achieving a certain goal, and other may be for avoiding some unfavorable circumstances. In
Hmm.
Sanskrit, these activities are called pravrutti and nivrutti, positive and negative action. There are many examples for negative action. For instance, a diseased person has to be cautious and take medicine in order to avoid some unfavorable illness.
Yeah. So now Anushilanam Prabhupada is explaining more, divided into two classes. One is for attaining a certain goal, pravritti. Other way, avoiding unfavorable circumstances, that is nivritti. Anukulasya sankalpa pratikulasya varjanam. Correct, same thing. Accepting those which are favorable and rejecting those which are unfavorable. Hmm. So that is called pravritti and nivritti marga. Yeah. So he gives one example, just like a person is diseased. So all of us are like diseased person. Okay, what is disease? The disease avidya. And what is the medicine? Is to take the path of bhakti. Okay, Uttama bhakti. In order to avoid unfavorable illness. Yeah.
Krish, okay. Krishnanushilanam.
Yeah. Till
Krish,
now we understood what is Anushilanam. Now we are understanding why the word Krishna is used. That Prabhupada is explaining.
Krishna includes Krishna or persons related to Krishna, either in Cheshta Rupa or Bhava Rupa. Because it involves persons related to Krishna also, it is not too narrow. For example, Guru Padashraya is limb of bhakti, though it is not direct service to Krishna.
So it is not too narrow. Why? Because it includes Krishna as well as his devotees. So Guru is among the devotees. And among Krishna, we have Krishna and his expansions, Vishnu Tattva expansions, Narsimha, Rama, all that. So it's not too narrow. Okay, it's broad. Yeah. Yes, please read.
How Krishna Anushilana, how can bhakti be spiritual if it is performed using material body or mind? Krishna conscious activities are directly under the control of internal energy. By the mercy of bona fide Guru and Krishna, all our endeavors are spiritualized. How to perform?
Yes,
You
this is
know,
NOD. So we have learned this shloka. Atah Shri Krishna Namadi Na Bhaved Grahyam Indriya Sevan Mukhe Jivado Swayamava Spurti Adaha Atah Shri Krishna Namadi. Okay, so that shloka we can understand that how even though the senses are material and we cannot grasp the activity of bhakti with material senses, but sevan mukhe means when one has favorable attitude, starting with jihva, swayamaiva, on its own Krishna will descend and spiritualize the senses. We cannot force it to come. It will come on its own. Swayameva, spurati adaha. Okay, like that. Yes, please continue.
how to perform Krishna Anushilanam by surrendering unto bona fide Guru, NOD. Isn't Narsingha Anushilanam or Rama Anushilanam not bhakti? Why only Krishna Anushilanam?
Yeah, so that we already understood that actually it includes the avatars. Yeah, please read.
The impersonalists sometimes misunderstand devotional service in such a way that they divide Krishna from his paraphernalia and pastimes. For example, the Bhagavad Gita is spoken on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and impersonalists say that although Krishna is of interest and the battlefield of Kurukshetra isn't. The devotees, however, also know that battlefield of Kurukshetra by itself has nothing to do with their business. But in addition, they know that Krishna does not mean just Krishna alone. He is always with his associates and paraphernalia.
Yeah. So Krishna is always with his associates and paraphernalia. And that's what Prabhupada is explaining here, that the impersonalists have a wrong understanding. That they divide Krishna from this paraphernalia and pastime. They think they are all different people. When Krishna comes under Maya, then he comes to do these pastimes. They think like that. Yeah. Now please read.
This is the summary understanding of what Krishna consciousness is. Without this understanding, one is sure to misunderstand why the devotees are interested in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. One who is interested in Krishna becomes interested in his different pastimes and activities.
Yeah. So what they said about Kurukshetra, they said that the impersonalists say, although Krishna is of interest, but the battlefield of Kurukshetra is not. So they think that the pastimes of Krishna, the place spots of Krishna like Vrindavan or Mayapur, these are all not of interest. But that is a wrong understanding. Okay, anything connected to Krishna is of importance. Like Srimad Bhagavatam, Uddhava is asking questions. Okay, to Maitreya Muni. Vidura is asking questions to Maitreya Muni. So they are asking that whatever is, if anything connected to Krishna, please tell us. Shaunakadi rishis are asking, Yadi Krishna Sammatam. If it is all related to Krishna, please describe about the pastimes of Parikshit Maharaj. Like that they are asking. So anything related to Krishna is also important for us. Yeah, please.
Anukullena. Anukullena means favorable.
So
Anukullena
till
means
now we understood the term Anushilanam, and then adjective of that was Krishna Anushilanam. That we understood till now. Okay. Now we are discussing about the term Anukullena. Yeah, this is third term.
so Anukulya means favorable. Anukullena means with favorableness or friendliness or devoid of hostility. Anukulyasya describes how Anushilanam should be executed. This limits the definition of bhakti as acts done with the pratikul attitude cannot be bhakti.
Hmm. Acts done with particular attitude cannot be bhakti. Unfavorable attitude. So yeah, basically we are defining anukulya. The word in the used in shloka is anukulyena. Okay, there is some suffix. So anukulya means favorable. Anukulyena means with favorableness, the state of being favorable, or friendliness, the state of being as a loving friend or whatever, or devoid of hostility. At least there is no hostile nature. Okay, the tendency to hurt, tendency to uh, criticize, all that things are not there. So anukulya describes how anushilanam should be executed. Means anushilanam is a continuous activity, but that continuous activity is not sufficient because the demons are also trying to do continuous activity regarding Krishna. They are trying to continuously harm Krishna, like Kamsa. But that is not bhakti. Bhakti means it should also be having that favorableness. Okay, so this limits the definition of bhakti. Otherwise, the demons also will be coming into the continuous activity. Like Kamsa was always thinking of Krishna, but that is not bhakti. Yeah. Yeah. Please read. Please.
Two possible definitions of Anukullena: that which is first that which is pleasing to Krishna, second that which is done for pleasing Krishna.
Yeah. So which one is right? Yeah, devotees can think and tell that which is pleasing to Krishna, that which is done for pleasing Krishna.
Both same.
Both same. Okay. So demons who are trying to kill
Okay.
Krishna, they will be in which one? First or second? Are the demons trying to please Krishna or they are accidentally pleasing by giving Viryaras?
Yeah,
Accidentally
indirectly
pleasing.
pleasing.
Second one seems correct.
Hmm. Yeah. So this is like demons also are pleasing Krishna, but they are not doing it for pleasing Krishna. The favorable attitude is not there. And Mother Yashoda leaving Krishna aside to go and take the milk and protect the milk is which one, first or second?
That
Is
is
it pleasing to Krishna?
that is second. It is not pleasing to Krishna, but she is doing uh, because she is thinking that it will please Krishna. So it is second.
It is.
Her intention is to please Krishna.
Yes, correct. Her attitude is to please Krishna, but externally it looks like it is not pleasing. Okay, it's like Mother Yashoda. Okay, is it clear? These two. So which one is right? So second one is right. Okay, not first one because accidentally pleasing is not devotional service, or unintentionally pleasing is not devotional service. Yeah, please read.
Devotional service
Sorry,
means
sorry. 1 minute.
to
1 minute.
Anukullena again. Anukullena cannot mean pleasing for Krishna. Why? Because such definition is both too extensive and too limiting. How too extensive? The a demon fighting for with Krishna, that is Viraras, is pleasing to Krishna, but that is not devotional service. How too limiting? Mother Yashoda trying to bind Krishna displeases him, but she is clearly a top post devotee. Therefore, Anukullena should mean that is that which is done for pleasing Krishna.
Okay, so second one is correct. If we take pleasing for Krishna, then it is not correct because it will be too extensive and too limiting. Mother Yashoda will not be able to fit in this definition because it is not pleasing for Krishna. Correct? She kept him down, and demons will start pleasing Krishna, and you will start doing devotional service. That is accidentally done. Correct? Yes.
Devotional service means to prosecute Krishna conscious activities which are favorable to transcendental pleasure of the Supreme Lord Krishna, and any activities which are not favorable to the transcendental favor of the Lord cannot be accepted as devotional service. For example, great demons like Ravana, Kamsa, and Hiranyakashipu were always thinking of Krishna, but they were thinking of him as their enemy. This sort of thinking cannot be accepted as bhakti or Krishna consciousness.
Correct. So pleasing to Krishna cannot be accepted as devotional service. It has to be with some favorable attitude. Okay, like that. Yes. Okay. Somebody else can read now. Yeah, Bhakti Lila Mate, would you like to read?
The two Tatastha Lakshanas. First, Anya Abhilashita Shunyam should be devoid of other desires. Jnana Karmadi Anavrutam. Second, should not be covered by Jnana Karma or the other items.
Yes. So we have defined these two terms. Anya Bhilashita Shunyam is should be devoid of other desires. Okay. What are the other desires? Bhukti and Mukti. Okay. So sense gratification desires and desires for liberation. Okay. Should be devoid of these two. And what activities should be devoid of? Jnana and karma activities. Okay. Should be devoid of jnana and karma. Okay. Yeah. Please read, Mati.
Other desire means any other desires other than to please Krishna through bhakti. In other words, bhakti that is aimed at achieving bhakti is proper, else improper. Example, aim of sadhana bhakti is to attain bhava bhakti. Bhaktya sanjataya bhaktya.
Yeah. Bhakti Sanjataya Bhakti. Okay. So here we are defining this word Anya. Anya, other desires means what? Any desire other than to please Krishna. Correct. And broadly it is told in two terms, Bhukti and Mukti. Okay, these are the desires generally which are not pleasing to Krishna. Or in other words, Bhakti that is aimed at achieving Bhakti is proper. Okay. So like sadhan Bhakti used to get Bhava Bhakti used to get Prema Bhakti. That is okay. Okay, because Bhakti only can produce Bhakti. Spiritual entity only can produce another spiritual entity. Like that. Okay. Yes, please continue.
Why is it Anya Bhilasita Shunyam and not Anya Bhilashita Shunyam?
Anya Abhilasha Shunyam.
Bhilasha Shunyam.
This Ita word is not there here now. Why it is to be included? Why Rupa Goswami has chosen this to include? Yes, please read.
Anya Abhilasha Shunyam literally means one should have no other desire except to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead under any circumstances.
Hmm.
Okay, but that sounds all right. What is wrong with this definition?
What is wrong in this? Can you think? Devotees can see this. What is wrong in this? One should have no other desire except to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead under any circumstances. That is the meaning of Anya Bhilasha Shunyam. But Rupa Goswami has given what? Anya Bhilashita. That word is there. So what is the problem in this? There can be circumstances where devotees can have other desires. Okay. Yes, please read.
This definition is too exclusive. Can you
Too
please,
exclusive. Exclusive means it is excluding some of the pure devotees also. Some pure devotional attitudes it's excluding. Yeah.
can you please explain? If this definition is accepted, then Draupadi cannot be accepted as a Uttama Bhakta, just as the Gajendra is not considered as an Uttama Bhakta. Can you
Yeah.
please explain?
Yeah. So what happened in the case of Draupadi? She cried out to Krishna when her sari was being disrobed. Correct. That is not directly asking bhakti or related to bhakti. Correct. But she is doing activity which is not directly related to Krishna. So can you explain? Okay. Yes, please read.
What what then is the definition of Anya Abhilasita Shunyam?
Hmm.
Anya Abhilasita Shunyam means devoid of other desires that are deep rooted as one's nature. In a death threatening situation, a devotee might ask for the Lord to save him. This is just a temporary desire and is not a desire that is deep rooted in his nature. Hence, this is not harmful to his bhakti.
Yeah, so there may be situations where one is having threatening of death, like Draupadi is having here, because for a lady to lose her chastity or lose her character or that reputation is more than losing life. Correct. So in the death threatening situation, devotee can ask for Lord to save him because that life he is going to use for devotional service only. He is not asking for sense gratification. Okay, he is asking it for doing devotional service because this body is used for okay, idam shariram khalu dharma sadhanam. This body is for the it's a vehicle in which the bhakti activities can be carried. Correct. So he is asking life not for sense gratification but for devotional service. Okay, so that's why Anyabhilashita has been used by Rupa Goswami, not Anyabhilasha. Otherwise, one should not have any desire. But there are some exceptional circumstances where one may have desire other than pleasing Krishna. But we have to understand these desires are not deep rooted as his nature. Draupadi is not always every day getting up in the morning and asking, please, Lord, save my life. When that very, very unfavorable emergency situation comes, that time she prayed it. So we should not think that, oh, we can do everyday prayer. Obviously, we should do prayer to Lord Nrsimhadev, but it should not be like the attitude of whole and soul of the life is to pray to Nrsimhadev to protect my life. Okay. The prayer to Nrsimhadev is for protecting our bhakti, not our lives. Obviously, if life is protected, we can do bhakti, but that is not the focus of the prayer. The focus of the prayer is to protect our bhakti. Hmm, like that. So, bhakti vigna vinashak. Okay, so he is bhakti vigna vinashak. So similarly, we say that deep-rooted nature if one has for protecting one's life, that means dependence on Krishna is less. Okay. Then it is not pure bhakti, Shuddha bhakti or Uttama bhakti. Okay. So any questions still here about Anya Bhilashita Shunyam, this phrase?
Prabhuji, in our initial days of bhakti, let's say now also we can say any
Hmm.
activity we does, there is some kind of spiritual desire is also there. Let's say I joined Bhakti Shastri class because I I would like to know about all these different books which will get covered in depth, or that kind of spiritual desire is there. Just I'm giving an example. So what I feel practically it's very difficult that there will not be any desire at all, and people miss that is possible, but for us it's like to be a desireless it's very difficult. So whatever spiritual desires are there before for performing any of the spiritual act, let's say we are doing some spiritual activity and there is some spiritual desire, so is it we can say comes under Anilina Bilashita only, or it's like again material desire only?
No, no. Material desire, I told you, Prabhuji. There are two, bhukti and mukti. These are the two material desires. So are you doing any activity of bhakti where you want to enjoy the material world? Bhukti is enjoying the material world. Mukti is getting rid of material world and merging into Brahman. So think yourself, when you are doing any activity in bhakti, are you doing with these two attitudes? No. If you are not doing with these two attitudes, then it is not material desire. It is favorable to devotional service. we may have some anartha at this time. And anartha nivritti will happen, that anarthas will go off. But we have understood that we don't want to do this for sense gratification or merging into Brahman. Okay, whatever we may be doing, Bhakti Shastri or whatever activity, honoring Prasadam or doing any service, whatever, we have understood that we don't want sense gratification from that activity and we don't want to get liberated from that activity. But we understand there is some impurity in heart. Okay, and that impurity need to go away. So we want to purify that impurity. And the highest purpose of bhakti is that to attain Krishna prema. That is the goal. That also we understand. Okay, so does that answer your question?
Yeah, yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else has any question on Anyabhilashita Shunyam? Okay. Oh, so we'll go to the next term, Gyan Karmadi Anavritam. Okay. Anuradha Mataji, would you like to read?
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Jnana Karmadhi Anavritam, uncovered by Jnana, Karma and other processes. What Jnana are you talking about? Jnana refers to knowledge of impersonal Brahman and other such knowledge that can cover one's appreciation of bhakti. What karma are you talking about? Karma refers to nitya and nimitika karmas and not actions related to serving the Lord. What is the meaning of Adi? Adi refers to Vairagya, Sankhya and Yoga. Such things obstruct pure bhakti.
So each term is defined. Gyan Karma Adi. Anavritam, uncovered. Okay, it should not be covered. So what is that jnana? It should not be covered by jnana, but there is some jnana. So it's not knowledge of bhakti, like we are already doing the Bhakti Shastri now. So we're getting some knowledge. It's not devoid of that kind of knowledge. Which knowledge? Knowledge of impersonal Brahman. That is to be avoided. What kind of karmas to be avoided? Like nitya karmas. Okay, where one may worship some demigods. Or naimittik karmas. Basically, naimittik karma is to attain some nimitta. Nimitta is certain goals like going to heaven or going to Brahman or pleasing the Kul Devata, maybe all these kind of things. Okay. So these are all naimittic activities. One should avoid that. Okay. But one can worship them also. Considering Krishna is the highest and they are all assistants to Krishna, as we have discussed in Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Demigods can be worshipped if one is considering them as the limbs of Lord Vishnu. Correct. Or considering that this demigod is appointed by Lord Krishna himself to fulfill this. One can do like that, but the highest is to just take shelter of Krishna. Krishna Eka Sharanam. Like that. Okay. And what is the meaning of Adi? Anything which is also unfavorable to bhakti, like too much renunciation, too much fasting on fasting days, and just like not giving primary importance to the activity of bhakti, like Navavidha Bhakti, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. These 9 processes are given to be given more importance than fasting. One may be doing fasting but not able to do this, then it is not good. So fasting is not the most important thing. Most important thing is to do Navavidha Bhakti, whatever one is getting absorption into. Okay, and then Sankhya, Yoga, that is to be given up. These obstruct pure bhakti. Yes. Please continue, Mati.
If bhakti has to be devoid of the influence of jnana and karma, why not jnana karma shunyam? Why is it anavritam? Jnana shunyam would exclude knowledge of scriptures like Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, which are very vital for one's progress in bhakti. Karma shunyam would exclude activities like archanam and kirtanam, which are essential limbs of bhakti. Therefore, this definition forbids only those types of jnana and karma that covers bhakti. Therefore, it is anavritam and not shunyam.
Yeah. So why the word anavritam is used, not shunyam? Because there are bhakti literatures like Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, which we study and get some knowledge, right? And karma shunyam will include any activity like kirtana, smarana, archana. These are all activities of bhakti. So that also we have to do. So therefore, it avoids those types of activity of which are jnana and karma, activity which lead one to heaven or to Brahman, because they cover bhakti. Okay, that has to be avoided. Okay, yes, please continue.
Now, the definition of a pure devotee, as given by Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasa Amrit Sindhu, can be summarized thus: his service is favorable and is always in relation to Krishna. In order to keep the purity of such Krishna conscious activities, one must be freed from all material desires and philosophical speculation. Any desire except for the service of the Lord is called material desire. And philosophical speculation refers to the sort of speculation which ultimately arrives at a conclusion of poetism or impersonalism. This conclusion is useless for a Krishna conscious person.
Yeah, this is the meaning of the word jnana karmadi anavritam. Prabhupada is explaining. Okay, it's freed from all material desires and philosophical speculation. Okay, and one has only the desire for service of the Lord. Yeah, please read.
Yeah. Only rarely by philosophical speculation can one react the conclusion of worshipping Vasudeva Krishna. This is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita itself. The ultimate end of philosophical speculation then must be Krishna, with the understanding that Krishna is everything, the cause of all causes, and that one should therefore surrender unto him. If this ultimate goal is reached, then philosophical advancement is favorable. But if the conclusion of philosophical speculation is voidism or impersonalism, that is not bhakti.
Yeah, so basically, Prabhupada is saying that ultimate goal is reached, then philosophical advancement is favorable. So, like in bhakti, also we do some philosophical understanding, we have philosophical analysis we may do. If it is favorable, then it is good. But if it is towards voidism and impersonalism, then it is not good. Okay. Yeah. So, the ultimate end of all philosophical speculation is what? Krishna is the cause of all causes, and one should surrender unto him. So that's a, in one of the conversation, Prabhupada asked the impersonalists, who is God? So they told we have to see all the Vedas and see who is God. But Prabhupada called a small girl Saraswati, and we asked him who is God. She told Krishna is God. Krishna gave him. So Prabhupada gave him some cookies, and she went happily. So Prabhupada told these impersonalists, see, the answer is so simple, but because you are doing so much of philosophical speculation, you cannot understand that he is cause of all causes, and you cannot surrender unto him. Okay. Okay, so here we completed the definition of Uttama Bhakti. So four things we discussed. That is Anukulyena, that is favorableness, favorable attitude, and then Krishna Anushilanam, that means service of continuous service following after the Acharyas towards Krishna and his devotees or his expansions. And third term was Anukulyena with a favorable attitude. Otherwise, it is also including the demons. Favorable attitude is not there then. And Anukulyena and sorry, Anyabhilashita Shunyam, that is devoid of any desires of bhukti and mukti, correct? And it is Anyabhilashita, it's not Anyabhilasha, because sometimes exceptional cases there can be desires like Mother Draupadi wanting to save her life. Anyabhilashita Shunyam Gyan Karma Adi Anavritam, devoid of philosophical speculation and material activities. Okay, and it is not Gyan Karma Adi Shunyam. It is not zero because we have to study Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, get some knowledge, and do activities of Archanam, Vandanam. Correct? All these things. Okay. Any questions on what we discussed till now? This definition of bhakti? Okay. So now we will continue. So does this definition of Uttama Bhakti fit in the Shastric definition? So Rupa Goswami has given his own definition. Very good. But is there somewhere the reference that bhakti is defined like this, and Rupa Goswami's bhakti definition matches with this definition? So yes, so there is something in the Narad Pancharatra where Shri Narada Muni is speaking, Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam Tatparatvena Nirmalam Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhaktiruchyate. Yes, so yes, Arun Prabhu, please read.
Bhakti is defined as Bhakti Uchyate, service to the Lord. Hrishikesha Sevana, using the senses, Hrishikena. It should be done with the intention of pleasing the Lord. Tat pravarte, tat paratvena,
Bharatven.
free of other desires, sarvapadi vinirmuktam, and unobstructed by their processes, nirmalam.
Yes. So this is a definition which is there in Narada Pancharatra. So in order to understand Rupa Goswami's definition is authentic, we need to have a reference of it in Shastra. Okay, and how different limbs, what four limbs are there of Rupa Goswami in the shloka? So all four limbs are also there in this shloka. We'll try to match. So we have Anya Bhalashita Shunyam. So where is it mentioned in this definition? Devoid of desires other than pleasing Krishna. Where is it mentioned in this verse?
Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam.
Free of other desires. Okay. Yes. Jnana Karmadi Anavritam. Devoid of Jnana and Karma. Where is it mentioned?
Nirmalam.
Nirmalam last, yes.
Okay. Anukulyena. Favorable attitude. Where is it mentioned in this verse?
Tat Paratvena Prabhu.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pleasing to the Lord. And Krishna Anushilanam. Activities service for the Lord and his devotees.
Rishikesha Sevan.
Rishikesha Shevanam. And Bhakti Uttama. This is defined as Uttama Bhakti.
Bhakti Ruchita. Bhakti Saitya.
Yeah, Bhakti Uchyate. So this is how Rupa Goswami has given a definition which is more appropriate than the definition here in this book, that is Narad Pancharatra. Okay, because he has included all the subtleties in the definition. Okay, Anya Bhilashita, Shunyam, Anukulyena. Okay, and many more subtleties he has included in his definition. At the same time, keeping it based on the Shastra. Okay. Yeah, so this part we have already seen actually. Are we practicing pure devotional service in the previous Bhagavad Gita sessions? Okay, and we have discussed there already that how bhakti can be practiced even with anarthas in the heart. Okay, so we are not going to discuss that again. Okay, and we will just go to the next part. Okay. Okay. Yeah, 6 specialities of Uttama Bhakti. So we had till now discussed that there are 4 characteristics of Uttama Bhakti. Correct. We have discussed there are 4 characteristics of Uttama Bhakti. What are the 4 characteristics? We discussed in the definition, right? First one is
Navilas,
Vilashita Shunyam. Then
Jnana Karmadi
Gyan
Anavritam.
Karmadi Anavritam. Anukulyena. Krishna Anushulanam. These are all 4 characteristics of Bhakti. Uttama Bhakti, sorry, not Bhakti. So, Bhakti of the highest caliber will always be having these 4 things. Anywhere you see the Uttama Bhakti in any person, these 4 things should be seen. But now what we are going to discuss is 6 specialities of Uttama Bhakti. Okay. These all 6 specialities are not present all the times in the person. Just like suppose the example is there, we have a tiger. Suppose you go to the forest and you see a tiger. So tiger has some characteristics. Okay, like it has a cat-like nature. It's from the cat species, and then it has uh, stripes on the body. Correct. It has canines. All these are the characteristics of the tiger, by which we can understand that this is a tiger. But the tiger has a speciality that it can jump 6 feet. So all the time, tiger is not going to show you that speciality, 6 feet jumping or catching a deer and killing it. That is speciality of tiger. Hiding and killing. That is another speciality. So you may not see all of them at the same time, and even you may not see also sometime. But we can understand there are some characteristics of the tiger which are always present with him, like stripes on the body, canines. All these are always there. So tiger is there, but his speciality may not be always visible. Similarly, Uttama Bhakti, the characteristics are always there, but these 6 specialities may not always be there. Okay. So what are those 6 specialities? Okay. So this is a shloka by Rupa Goswami, which is defining the 6 specialities. Okay. What are they? This is 17 shloka in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Rupa Goswami has written. So what it says? Kleshagni Shubhada Mokshalaghuta Krita Sudurlabha Sandrananda Visheshatma Shri Krishna Akarshani Chasa. So these are 6. First, Klesha Ghni. Ghni means to remove. What it is removing? Klesha. Ability to destroy suffering. Second, Shubha Da. Da means to give. Correct. So what it gives? Bestowal of auspiciousness. Shubha. Third, Moksha Laghuta Krit. Krit means to do. What it does? Reduces something. What? It reducing moksha. Disregard for liberation. And then Sudurlabha. It's a rarity. Very rare to attain. Fifth, Sandranand. Visheshatma. Okay, what it does? Its manifestation of concentrated bliss is there. And then last is Sri Krishna Akarshani Chasa. Okay, Sri Krishna Akarshani means it attracts Krishna himself. And later we will see in the commentary of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur that these two are present at the stage of sadhana bhakti. Okay, these characteristics are present at the stage of sadhana bhakti. Okay, these 4 characteristics, first 4, are present at the stage of bhava bhakti. And all 6 are present at the stage of prema bhakti. Okay, that means in the sadhana bhakti, one cannot understand that how liberation is insignificant. And he will not understand that how bhakti is rare. He has not attained that rare bhakti. And he will also not understand that manifestation of concentrated bliss in the sadhana bhakti, like all of us. And we will also not be able to attract Krishna. Okay. But we can understand these two, that sufferings are getting destroyed and we are getting some good qualities due to bhakti. And some auspiciousness is coming in our life. These two we can understand in sadhana bhakti. But as one progresses to bhava bhakti, he can understand that, yeah, moksha is very, very insignificant. Okay. Now we may say that, yeah, moksha is very, very insignificant, and we may say, but as Radha Gopinath Prabhu says that when a gulab jamun is given, so one may say that yes, gulab jamun I want, but we don't want liberation. So liberation means to also give up the enjoyment of gulab jamun. Obviously, we can take prasad, but yeah, just to give an example. So we don't understand what we are saying, that we don't want liberation. Okay. If liberation actually comes to us, that all the suffering in the metal world, which is there, that is taken away, then we will immediately say yes in the sadhana bhakti stage, but not at bhava bhakti. Okay. That is not our fault. We have not developed bhakti to that stage that we can say no to liberation. Okay. So this is the understanding. So as I told, these are 6 specialities of bhakti, which are not present all the time. So some are present. First 2 are present in sadhana bhakti. 3 and 4 are present along with 1 and 2 in bhava bhakti, and all 6 are present in bhava bhakti, in prem bhakti. Okay. So one cannot say that these are characteristics of bhakti, because characteristics are those 4, but it's better to use the word speciality, because these are all not always present. And that's why Rupa Goswami in his book has used the word Vaisishtyam. The Sanskrit word is Vaishishtyam. Visishtata. Visishtata means speciality, some special thing. Okay. Vaisishtyam. Okay. The first one we will see now. Klesha Ghani. That is destruction of suffering. Yes. Yes. Okay. So this is a big way. This one. Okay. Yes. Aruna Mataji, please read.
Klesha or suffering is threefold. They are papam, sinful act, bijam, sinful desire, and avidya, ignorance. Sinful, shall I read further,
Yeah.
Prabhuji?
Yeah. So here we have 3 things. First is papam, sinful act. That is here. Second is bijam. That is sinful desire or material desire. And third is avidya, which is the beginning of all. So this is most subtle. This is more gross, and this is grossest. And then there is suffering which is not in our hands. That is anyhow going to come. Yes. So this is a verse Rupa Goswami actually has written. Verse is not quoted here, but he has told this verse that kleshastu trividat cheti papam bijam avidya. Okay. So these 3 are there. Papam, bijam, and avidya. Suffering. So ignorance itself is suffering, but it is very subtle, so we cannot understand. Only when it manifests as a desire, we can little bit understand, oh, I have this desire, I'm troubled by this desire. And then when we actually do, we are sure that yes, I am getting troubles now. Okay. Yes, please read.
Sinful reaction, papam, is of 2 types. Effects that are to be experienced in future lives, aprarabdha. Effects that are to be experienced in this lifetime, prarabdha.
Yeah. So this papam, this word has been taken and defined by Rupa Goswami. That is a sinful act, and it has 2 types. Arabdha, this is a word. Arabdha. Arabdha means to begin. Okay. Prarabdha means what? Prakishta Rupena Arabdha. Prakishta Rupena means we can actually see that yeah, it has begun. That is called Prarabdha. Aprarabdha means we cannot see it has begun. Okay. So that which have not begun, that means they will be beginning somewhere in future life. So that's why the suffering will come in future lives. That is aprarabdha. And prarabdha means prakrishta rupena arabdha. That which is we can see that actually it has started. It has actually started means we are experiencing in this life now. That is prarabdha. So those sinful reactions can be either suffered in this life or in future life. That means their suffering has either started or yet to start. So yet to start is aprarabdha and started is prarabdha. These are the 2 categories of suffering. Okay. Any questions here? Okay. Now we'll go to next. Yes.
Srila
Please read.
Prabhupada on, Srila Prabhupada on prarabdha and aprarabdha karma. For example, a man may have committed criminal acts but not yet been arrested for them. Now, as soon as he is detected, arrest is awaiting him.
Hmm.
Similarly, for some of our sinful activities, we are awaiting distress in the future, and for others, which are mature, we are suffering at the present moment. example of prarabdha and aprarabdha.
Yeah,
Mature sinful activities are exhibited if one is suffering from some chronic disease, if one is suffering from some legal implication, if one is born in a low and degraded family, or if one is uneducated or very ugly. Example of prarabdha karma.
correct. So Prabhupada explained both prarabdha and aprarabdha. One very nice example is criminal act. So we can understand in this life also there can be some activity which one may suffer in future when that is detected. And if it is not detected at all, then in next life, by the punishment of Yamaraj, one will get some suffering. Okay. That is prarabdha, aprarabdha. So mature means what? That which has already begun are exhibited in if one is suffering from some chronic disease. So this chronic disease was earlier in some subtle form in the body, and now it has actually taken the shape of a disease, big disease. Okay. And another example is legal implication. Okay, one may be suffering. That means that suffering has started. Somewhere in past life he did some activity because of which the suffering has come now. And one more example is born in a low and degraded family. That means in past life there was some sinful activity done. Because of that, the child is born in a as a blind person, okay, a deaf person, like that. So that suffering has begun in this life now, as soon as he is born. That's called prarabdha. Yeah, please read.
Bhakti destroys aprarabdha karma.
Yeah, so this is Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 14th chapter, 19th shloka. Rupa Goswami has quoted as proof. Proof for what? Bhakti destroys aprarabdha karma. Correct. What is the topic? Klesha Ghani means destruction of Klesha. Klesha is of three levels. Avidya, Papam, Avidya, Bijam, and Papam. Correct. So these three Bhakti destroys. Correct. Now currently which one we are studying? Aprarabdha and Prarabdha. That is in the category of Papam. This we are studying. So Bhakti has to destroy this both Prarabdha and Aprarabdha. So current shloka is for this Aprarabdha destruction. Okay, I hope the flowchart is clear. We are discussing Kleshagni. In this, there are three categories: Avidya, Bijam, and Papam. Avidya is ignorance, Bijam is sinful desire, Papam is sinful activity. Sinful activity suffering is Aprarabdha and Prarabdha. Aprarabdha type proof is given. Okay, proof is given for Aprarabdha type destruction. Okay, what is the proof? Yatha Agni Susamriddharchihi करोति एधांसि भस्मसात् तथा मद विषया भक्ति उद्धव एनांसि कृत्न सह. So Lord Krishna is saying to Uddhava, my dear Uddhava, just as blazing fire, yatha agni, what kind of agni? Su samriddha. Samriddha means which is fully blowing. Su samriddha means very nicely blowing. Archi means fire. Burns to ashes. Karoti bhasma. What it makes bhasma? Edhamsi, all the fuel. Similarly, tatha Mad Vishya Bhakti, devotional service pertaining to me, burns all the assets of sinful reaction. Ena Amshi Krishna Saha. Krishna Saha means totally, in totality, all. Okay, it destroys all the stuff, all the sinful activities or sufferings. Okay. So Aprarabdha is that which is going to come in future. So surely Aprarabdha is destroyed if all are destroyed. Correct. That is a proof for destruction of Aprarabdha. Okay, just like burning firewood is secondary to cooking. Burning karma is just secondary to the real goal of bhakti. What is real goal of bhakti? Prema. Prema pumartho mahan. That is the goal of bhakti. But goal of cooking is not to get ashes. Goal of cooking is to make palatable dishes. But both comes out, right? Ash and food or bhoga. Both will come out. This is not the purpose. This is the purpose. But this anyhow comes out. Similarly, prema surely will come out. but there is also destruction of suffering, which is not the goal, but it happens automatically. Okay. Any questions till now? What we have discussed till now?
Prabhuji, I mean, this 1.120 is from Bhakti Rasamrit, right? And
Ah,
the
yes,
Bhagavatam reference is 11.14.19.
correct. Yeah. So Rupa Goswami has told a principle that bhakti destroys these things, avidya, bijam, and papam. He has to give proofs, right? So he is giving proof. Yes. Now, bhakti destroys prarabdha karma. So till now we saw the destruction of aprarabdha proof is proof of prarabdha karma destruction. Yannamadheya shravananukirtanad yat pravanad yat smaranad api kvachit swado api sadya shavanaya kalpate kutah punaste bhagavannu darshanat. Yes, please read the translation.
To say nothing of the spiritual advancement of persons who see the Supreme Person face to face. Kutaha punaste Bhagavanu darshanat. Even a person born in a family of dog eaters, Swadah api, immediately Sadhya becomes eligible kalpate to perform Vedic sacrifices Svanaya if he once, Kvachit, utters the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead or chants about him, Yan Namadeya Shravana Anukirtanad, hears about his pastimes, offers him obeisances, yet Pravanad, or even remembers him, Smaranad.
Hmm. 333, 6. Okay, this is Kapila section. So, what is the proof that his current birth, basically, what is happening? Prarabdham is that which has already started in the form of his body, his parents, or his jati, or his caste, whatever. They have all started, the suffering all started. How is that destroyed? So, he is saying, just like a person born in the family of dog eaters immediately becomes eligible to perform Vedic sacrifices if he once utters the holy name. Sakridap. Okay, what is it? Uh, yes. Yannamadeya Shravana Anukirtanad. Even once one chants or sings or hears about the pastimes, Smaranad, Kvachit. Even once, sometimes, Kvachit. He becomes eligible for doing activities of a Brahmana or a Vaishnava. So that means his rights have changed, his adhikar have changed by doing the activity of bhakti. Not that he will start doing the Vedic performances. Okay, that is explained by Jiva Goswami and Vishwanath Thakur. He is not supposed to go and start because that requires some training of doing some sacrifices. But as soon as he becomes a Vaishnava, he is qualified to do all these things. He may not do it. He may just engage in bhakti. He may not go and do the Vedic sacrifices. But he just engages in bhakti, understanding that that is the essence of the life to do bhakti and attain Krishna prema. Okay, he doesn't engage into this Vedic sacrifices. Just like a Vaishnava is already qualified as a Brahmana and he is greater than a Brahmana. But he will not go and do all the activity of a Brahmana as per Varnashrama. He will just do his Navavidha Bhakti. Okay, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam. All these things he will keep doing. Okay, so we will continue in the next session because there is some explanation to this by the Acharyas and Prabhupada also. So we will continue this in the next session and see how it goes. So as of now, we have been discussing that there is Kleshagni, which is the first speciality of bhakti. In that, there are three terms: avidya, bijam, and papam. Papam, aprarabdha, we have discussed. Prarabdha is going on, and bijam and avidya will come in future. How they are destroyed. Okay, and then we'll go to second characteristics, shubhada, giving of auspicious qualities. Okay, yes. Okay, any questions? Whatever we discussed. Okay. So then again, we will be discussing, I think, next Saturday, right, Arun Bro?
Yes, Suji. Next Saturday and for Sunday, we'll have to take poll for evening class or something like that.
Huh. Okay. So what we have discussed till now is Saturday and Sunday. I'm just seeing my This one, yeah, Saturday, yeah, 9 to 11, I can do. And Sunday, yeah, I'm free after 2:30.
This is alternate Sundays.
Yes, alternate Sundays, 2:30.
And when will be the when will the not holiday, but when will the off begin off for this book distribution uh, from baby RV?
December month, we have to give holiday.
December, whole 1 month.
Yeah, yeah. If devotees want, we can give holiday.
Okay, means
December.
next Saturday we will have. Sunday we'll have to take poll. After that we'll have to take again poll whether devotees are available or not because of distribution.
Correct.
Yes, sorry.
Anything else?
No, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much for joining. श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री रूप गोस्वामी पाद की जय, श्री भक्ति रसामृत सिंधु की जय।